a plane, but if I gotta walk, I'm going just the same. I'm going to Kansas City, here I come. They got a crazy, crazy love, and I'm gonna get me some.
I think I put too many notes in that.
Nah,
Too many wrong notes.
nah, that was nice.
Anyway.
Can you guys do something else?
Sure. Sure. What do you want to do?
Let's think. I have to remember the keys. We doing G? I got, let me think for a second. Lose the feeling in A. In E. We'll do an E. Lose in E.
Whatever. Oh, no one's got our honey out? There you go.
Yeah, like one.
seat?
Sure. No, blues and sing.
Come on, I love hearing your voice. I can't concentrate on listening. You guys are good together.
It's up to you.
That's good. I want to hear you guys.
All right, cool. This is down in Washington. So I think some other people have done it. Evil Gal.
Oh, we're doing that? Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like our blues segment, with, you know, with or without Rob. It's not about the blues. It's all about you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate doing that.
We've got Arlene on camera. How's it going? Is it stressful? Is it
No,
cool?
not at all.
All right, great. Arlene, I forgot your last name. Let me.
It's all good.
Okay, are you like anonymous?
Yes.
Okay.
It's in the witness protection program.
Correct.
I don't know, in your face, but fun.
It's definitely in your face, and I don't think you're that.
No, I've toned it down, but when we met, I was. Well, you know, I had a kid, so I cleaned it up. But,
Yeah.
That song, when I first sang it, I was pretty evil. Yeah.
We have, all right, I went through lots of therapy to forget. So, yeah, speaking of Ian, you went up to see him today.
Yeah,
right?
you're right. No, yeah, over the weekend I went down to DC. And I actually did some periscoping down there. He has a great dear friend of his named Lily just started singing. She's doing EDM. And it's live because she's singing and, you know, with her producer DJ who's doing, you know, the music is, what do you call it? How do you call it?
Looped.
It's looped, but yeah, but it actually fits the definition of live music.
That's cool.
You know, so we're like periscoping all over the place, and we're gonna start to get people to actually periscope to it. You know, and put their music up there on our channel.
A periscope.
You know, but she was great. You know, and it was wonderful seeing Ian. I actually went to the Lincoln Memorial, all of that
Isn't
stuff.
it cool?
Yeah,
Was that your first time there?
I think not my first time in DC, but my first time actually getting, you know, to see, getting right up close to it, and
It's cool. I
yeah.
took my niece about 2 years ago. We went to CGC, and I was just like, "You guys are kidding me!" Great. Like, how long has this place been here?
Not as long as this place.
This place has been here longer. Oh my God.
And when we get Rob back later, he's got some great stories about like haunted rooms and doors and things that go bump at night around here.
Yeah, well, like 16 something, is that what that we date back to? We don't know, we'll find out. You're not on the spot.
Good, thank you. I felt I had that moment of like on the spot.
You're going to start telling us historical facts though, right?
Okay.
You know, and then you could read also from Sleepy Hollow. I think that'd be like
Come on,
Ichabod
are you
Crane.
serious? Oh, good, good. I look forward to that.
Or how about the Scarlet Letter? That'll be really cheering
right,
at 6
yeah.
o'clock at night while people are having their Cheever-esque cocktail. You can be reading from
And act it out. So I have to act it out too, right?
Oh yeah, no, you got to. You'll play all the parts.
All right, good. All
Right.
good. All right, good. Then all this gets so it's been in me.
Have you ever seen the movie with Woody Allen? Have you ever seen Bananas?
Yes.
Like, do you remember when he interrogates himself towards the end of the film, right? Where he plays, you know, the lawyer and the witness. Yeah, that's how I see you doing Scarlet Letter. Like you jump back and forth.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
With a Jewish accent, of
of
course.
course. See, now this is all fun, but it's just not going to happen. This is fun to talk about.
You're not going to wear like a 1660s or whatever year that you
I'll
wrote
wear
that in,
that.
like
That-
the outfit
yeah.
with this, and then wear the letter, you know?
Right, I'll wear it, but I'm not going to.
That will bring people out in droves just to see what you're going to wear and where you're putting that letter A. That's
Oh,
what I
I
want
was
to
going
know.
to ask what that
Yeah.
letter was.
Okay, yeah. Well, we start with A.
A,
And
yes.
just work our way down. All right.
I
So,
will be with you. Yeah.
how's your eye?
Oh well,
Is it
you know,
better?
today was a strange day because I tore my contact lens. I've had it for 2 years though, and I've worn it like almost every day for 2 years, which is pretty amazing. They're so expensive, that's like what I have to do. And so today I tore my right lens, and in my, you know, like what's it, furor not to be late, because Ethan's incredibly prompt, you know, and there's always some like ridiculous thing that's happening. And if you've ever been to the apartment, you know, like something always happens, and it's like I don't even say it when I get in the car, and I don't say what it is, you know, because something always happens. This time I shredded the contact lens and then proceeded to put into my right eye the left lens that was like 8 years old. So right now I've got a left lens in my right eye. And I didn't realize, so I look in the mirror there, you go like this, and then you go like this, right? So I thought, wow, that's even for an 8-year-old lens, it should be able to see something. It's not looking good. So I get down to the car, and then I realize, oh no, it's the left lens. That's why it doesn't work. So I'm like blind, but I'm not driving. And like for music, I don't actually need to see. So,
And you would never
you know.
know. This story amongst all the other stories just don't surprise me anymore. I used to ask why and how, and I'm just kind of like, all right, are you okay?
But thanks for asking.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Well, you boss me around because you're a producer, so it's fun. I like to have you tell me what to do.
All right, well,
It's actually a pleasure for me.
all right, hey, listen, I think we're on to your next set.
Yeah, we can do another couple of tunes.
How is it that you pick the music? Do you get to have a say, or does she just say this?
No. Well,
He
that's
could
not
have a
true.
say. He
I
could have
have
as much
a
say as
say.
he wants.
I have a say, that's true.
Okay.
But
I just
I
didn't
have
want her
no
like.
taste. That's the
Oh.
problem. If
That's
I
not
had it,
true.
if I
That
had
is
it.
not true.
Well, I can't, I'm not good at programming, which is a nice word for picking the set. And I know the word, but I'm not that good myself at actually thinking about what the next year is going to do. I like them all, so let's do this.
She's very easy to get along with.
But I keep making the mistake of asking him, you know, like, and he just looks at me like, you know, with this kind of look, kind of like the one you gave me when I was telling you about the lenses, just like, why are you asking me that? Like, there's a million things I can do, but that's not something I want to do. I'm like, okay, like, but I'm
Actually, there's a lot to think about because the meaning of a song, a particular song leading into some other song, has some kind of continuity. And if you have a sense of how that works, which I don't have such a good sense of, then picking the order of the tune, tempos, keys, and stuff like that is really. I've been spending too many years following somebody who tells me to play this and that. I'm good at that.
Did she say now?
Now.
I try not to say
That's
now.
pretty
He's my
nice.
business partner, but it
She's
just
so
behooves
creative.
me to take it easy, you know what I mean?
She said to me, do things now, and then you know, it's supposed to work follow, you know, like. Alright, we're gonna let you do your next set.
We're gonna do a Bonnie Raitt that we put on the banjo, and it's called No Getting Over You. We're gonna do like 3 tunes,
Okay.
you know, back to back, and I guess see where it takes us.
Alright.
What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
I'm gonna grab some water like this. For some reason, whenever I'm here, I'm dehydrated. I have no idea
You want me
why.
to get it?
No, it's
You
very
got it?
kind. I'm good, thanks. I don't know what else I would tell you about the tune except that I really like it a lot, and we've been doing it together for a while. You know? I guess
And
that's
he's
the
for the
story.
Oh, you got your water.
Mhm.
Should I start?
Sure, why not?
Now?
Yeah.
Ethan and Ellen.
Now. Oh boy, he's giving it to me. Well, I went getting with my TV. Told the man, cut off the phone. Put an ad in the paper, gonna sell everything I own. Done everything I know to try to make it through, but there's just no getting over you. Well, I went and bought a new straw hat, one eye poking under the brim. Bought myself a little seaside shack in case I might just want to swim. Done everything I could to try to shake these blues, but there's just no getting over you. Well, I tried and tried, honey, it ain't no use. And I cried and cried, just can't turn you loose. Oh why, I can't get you off my mind. Got that hook so far, can't get you off my mind. Well, I'm picking up transcendental meditation, I'm learning Japanese. I signed up at the cooking school, gonna pick up on some old cuisine. Done everything I know to try to make it through, but there's just no getting over you. Well, I tried and tried, honey, it ain't no use. And I cried and cried, just can't turn you loose. So why can't get you off my mind? Got that hook so far, gotta get you off my line. Well, I just can't make it over, can't seem to make it through. No matter what I say or do, I just can't get over. I just can't get over. There's just no getting over see. I don't even know what I plan next. Ah, wow, I got.
Let me see what shows up.
Do I really have that next? Okay, I do.
And you can
How am I doing, Arlene? Do you like me this way better? Is this?
Yeah, I like that better.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because I can see his whole guitar and I can see all of you.
Nice. Good. All right. Boss us around.
I think I like it the other way.
Everybody's got an opinion.
Yeah.
Are you timing us? How are we doing?
I can suggest to change it up.
Okay. Up. See? Oh wait. After I do these two tunes, Laura's gonna come up, right? Okay.
Yeah. Are we doing Nika Khan?
I guess we are. Yeah.
Good.
Why not? Just, I guess we're doing another Bon Iver. I don't usually put them back to back, but I did. That's the thing when you do set lists starting around 4 o'clock in the morning, anything can happen. Usually they actually get very melancholy, and I find myself in some like rambunctious, room singing like a bunch of sad songs, and I have to totally change the set. And luckily Ethan lets me do that. But sometimes we've like I've made the sets very late at night, and I get really mellow and melancholy, and then like it's terrible. So
Wow.
But right now, so far it hasn't gotten too melancholy. I think I was too delirious to be melancholy.
You
Okay, I'm
did
ready.
this one earlier.
We did what?
You did this set list earlier. I had it earlier.
Oh, did I?
Long before.
Oh, wait,
before the
you're right. I
melancholy.
didn't do it late last night.
No.
I did it on Saturday.
Yeah.
Holy crap. No wonder it's not melancholy.
Right.
Okay, that explains everything. So what was I doing at 4 o'clock? Oh, I was pulling the music out. I wasn't creating. That makes sense. Okay, now it all comes back to me. Here we go. Let's see what happens. A friend of mine, she cries at night and she calls me on the phone. Sees babies everywhere she goes and she wants one of her own. She's waited long enough, she says, and still she can't decide. Pretty soon she'll have to choose and it tears her up inside. She's scared to run out of time. I see my folks, they're getting old, and I watch their bodies change. I know they see the shame in me, and it makes us both feel strange. No matter how you tell yourself it's what we all go through, those eyes are pretty hard to take when they're staring back at you. Scared to run out of time. When did the choices get so hard, with so much more at stake? Life gets mighty precious when there's less of it to waste. Scared to run out of time. Scared to run out of time. Just when I thought I had enough and all my tears were shed, no promise left unbroken, no painful words unsaid. You came along to show me how to leave it all behind. You opened up my heart and then, much to my surprise, I found love, love in the nick of time. I found love, love in the nick of time. I found love, darling, love in the nick of time. That's Ethan's arrangement, which I love. How are you, Tom?
I'm good. I'm good. Hanging in, loving it.
Very cool.
All's well.
We picked a Billie Holiday for the last song of this set.
Okay.
You know? And kind of going back to what Ethan was saying before, but actually, this really doesn't belong at all after the other song because we just sang about kind of amazing love, and now this song is about, well, not that at all. And there's no segue, which, you know, I guess it goes to the point that normally I wouldn't do that, but somehow I heard it rhythmically. So that's the kind of thing that can happen, is you go to have a different sound, and usually I pay attention to what the lyrics are back to back.
Well, both of these songs strike me as having the person singing the song, not literally you per se, but the persona singing something, are both somewhat resilient.
Oh, that's nice. You got the connection. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much. But here we go.
Ridiculous question. Tonight too, we're very busy.
I'm gonna lock my heart and throw away the key. I'm wise to all those tricks you played on me. I'm gonna turn my back on love. Gonna snub the moon above. Seal all my windows up with tin so the love bug won't get in. I'm gonna park this romance right along the curb. Hang a sign on this heart. Please don't disturb. And if I never fall in love again, that's soon enough for me. I'm gonna lock my heart and throw away the key. I'm gonna park this romance right along the curb. Hang a sign on this heart. Please don't disturb. And if I never fall in love again, that's soon enough for me. I'm gonna lock my heart. I'll never fall in love. I'm gonna lock my heart and throw away the key. Nice. I love when you play that. And I do hear goody goody in there.
Yeah, I know.
It's not really in there, right? It's just
Yeah, it's
me
close
imagining
enough.
it.
No, it's the phrase is the same melody notes.
Right.
Let's love someone to set you back on your heels.
And the same sentiment, right? In a
Yeah.
way.
Yes.
Goody goody. And na 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 na. What are the lyrics? Set you back on your heels, right?
Goody goody. And then something that, and now you know how it feels. Goody goody. You gave me your heart too, as I gave mine to you, and you
Something that
broke
you
it in
rascal.
little pieces.
Right.
Tell you what,
Oh,
now
you're
what good you do? Well, you lie awake and sing the blues all night. Goody goody, and you think that love is a barrel of dynamite. So hooray and hallelujah, you had it coming to you. Goody goody for him, goody goody for me, and I hope you're satisfied, you rascal you.
Yeah, good. That was nice. And you did that without Googling.
I did it without
You know, and that's the
Googling.
thing, is that this is an exercise that you can try at home.
Is that
right?
long-term memory or short-term memory?
That-
What do I have to worry about?
I don't know if it's long or short, but I think it's a good exercise for people in general to do.
To
Don't
do
you
what?
think?
But I don't.
To actually recall something as opposed to Google it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, you
If
see,
you have-
because he just used a part of his brain that will now, like, he will have his brain longer. Because every time you use it, it lasts longer.
What?
That's how it works. You know, it's just a muscle.
He doesn't believe you either.
No, but it's
That
really-
last one was one of my favorites.
I used to do that like a long time ago,
Yeah.
right?
It's one of my favorites.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we did some, let's see, we streamed down in DC at the Velvet Lounge, and that was on, I don't even know, the days are blurring. I think that was Monday night. And then we actually did on Saturday night, was it Saturday or was it last Friday? When were we at Corcho, Ethan? We streamed at Corcho too. Lee Burgos was singing at Corcho Wine Bar in Washington Heights, and we streamed a bit of her. and Corcho Wine Bar, and is a great little place in Washington Heights that we're going to be streaming from as well. And they also have live music. They're like crazy as Rob. They have live music like, I think almost every night. So,
Really?
and we love it there. We've actually had a gig there ourselves for a while, but it's really, they have wonderful music, and predominantly Latin American, which obviously we're not. And it's really terrific. And
What do you think you're not Latin American?
well, not that I know of.
Okay.
Like, I'm a lot of things, though. I am a lot of
That's
things.
what I was thinking.
You know?
There's things you just don't know.
You know?
You just don't
There
know.
are things you don't
Yeah,
know.
absolutely.
True.
Like what makes things go bump in the night in this place.
Oh, right. Is Rob going to come and tell us?
Rob.
Rob, can you come and tell us some ghost
Rob
stories?
and Laura has.
That's like a
Yeah,
40.
just tell us one little
Like
something
a
about somebody
4-hour
roaming
discussion.
around. Okay,
Well, we
but
don't
a little
need a 4-hour
paranormal.
discussion.
And is Laura coming?
Laura's got a
Laura?
paranormal one too.
Laura, are you coming over?
Just a little paranormal.
Yeah.
In the morning.
Here, you come and do paranormal here.
It still doesn't look comfortable.
What did you have? You had the other chair?
Yeah, so.
Robert likes the comfortable stool.
Rob's got his.
Otherwise he can't speak.
Let's not
So,
talk
well,
about
I'll
stools
take
so
this
much.
one, take this better.
That's fine. So, like you were the oldest tavern in America, right? Talking 1686, and by virtue of that fact alone, you got to think the place is haunted. If you've worked in a restaurant, you know it's definitely haunted. But what's interesting about the 76 house is we're, it's seen every American war, right? From the French and Indian War through the War of 1812, through the First World War, and we were the largest staging area for even the Second World War, right? This was a real meeting spot for generals, even during the Civil War, and we have a lot of Civil War historians that actually harken back to this area of the county, because a great many of Civil War soldiers kind of mustered from this area. But of course, we are known for our Revolutionary War history, and over the years, we've had a lot of interesting things happen here. We have a waitress who's actually predates me. I know that's probably not imaginable to a lot of you, but she's been here 2 years longer than I've been here, and she has had friends who have since passed who were old waitresses when she started 35 years ago, and they tell stories of the same table, table 2, which was actually Bobby's station. Bobby is the waitress I was talking about. All sorts of oddities that have happened there. And rather than go into all of those little activities, I'll tell you my personal experiences. We had, about 10 years ago, a fellow came up here. His name is Craig McManus, and he was doing a story for a local newspaper. He was hired to do a story for the Journal News. And he came up, and it was kind of a human interest story for the Halloween edition for the Sunday paper. And it was to kind of clarify what buildings are really haunted and what buildings aren't haunted. And he has since become a very famous spiritual medium. So for those that are deeply involved in that sort of thing, he's kind of a big name. And he actually comes here 3-4 times a year and is very entertaining and does a speech about his paranormal experiences, and he does readings at the tables. Oh, it's really cool.
We should definitely do that. When's he
People
coming back
get
next?
very emotional. It's there.
maybe we
Yeah,
should.
it's very. No, it's a, it's good and bad and happy and sad and all that good stuff. But he was up here, and he comes to the front desk and he goes, "Can I have your permission to just kind of walk around the restaurant and see if I feel anything?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." And I'm at the front desk, and he puts his notebook down in the bar and beelines it to table 2. And this is a guy from Cape May, has never been here ever before. He sits down at the table like he's in a trance, like freaking out. And I'm like, "You okay? Everything's good here." It's like, I cannot believe the energy in this one seat. Now, over the years, I've been here 30 years almost now, glasses fall off the table when we're having our waiter meeting here. There's no reason for anything. Nothing shakes or rattles and rolls anymore, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And, silly stuff like that. It's always the table that if somebody's too cold. They're always like, oh, I feel really cold in this seat, and they'll get up and they'll move to the seat right next to it, and then they're fine. And I'll be, it's unexplainable. It's always that classic, like, oh, I'm cold in this, all that stuff that people hearken to. And, I try not to believe it with a lot of energy, because as I have this little corner table here, table 11, I used to close the restaurant myself all the time. I have since delegated that responsibility to others. But I'm still here very late at night, and we have to shut these fireplaces off, and you have to bend down and turn the gas off and make sure they're fine. And, one night I'm closing, I'm bending down, and I shut the fireplace off. In the corner of my eye, I see somebody sitting in the corner, clear as you're there, Tom, right? And, the fellow, looks right at me, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, let me get this fireplace restarted for you. Let me get you a glass of something. Now there's 5 or 6 waiters, they're sitting at the bar here. They see him too. One of the waitresses gets up and walks behind the bar. In those days, about 10 years ago, and you'll probably remember this, everybody drank Sambuca as an afternoon.
Yeah.
Whenever you bought somebody a cordial, it was like, would you like a Sambuca? So, literally, the waitress is reaching for the bottle of Sambuca, and she looks over her shoulder to see if that's what he's actually going to want, and there's no one sitting at the table. And I have turned the fireplace back on now, and I'm standing up, and I look over, and there's no one sitting at the table. And I'm like, didn't you guys see somebody sitting at the table? And they're all like, yeah. So I'm like, that's weird. Shut the fireplace back off. Forget about it. A month later, same thing happens. Exactly the same thing happens. Everybody sees somebody sitting there. But no one thinks anything of it. Everybody's doing their bookwork at the bar again. We're all going home at the end of the night. And then a month passes, and it's like the dead of winter. And it's like, 6 inches of snow outside, 1 o'clock in the morning, everybody's tired. It's like time to get the heck out of here, but no one wants to leave because it's nice and warm inside. And I go to shut the fireplace off, same exact thing happens, and just before I turn the fireplace back on, it dawns on me, this is the 3rd friggin' time that this has happened. So I get back up, I look at everybody, and I'm like, isn't this the 3rd time this happened? And then it dawns on everybody that this is like the 3rd time that all of us see somebody sitting there that no one's sitting there. And then it was like, you hear purses snapping, jackets going on, and everybody's like running out the door into the blizzard, right? And I'm here like left alone with the lights on going like, so that's my own personal little story. Oh, there's tons more.
Okay, good. So maybe we can make it a little bit of our, when you're in the mood, right?
So that's all you get today.
All right.
Thank you. That's all we'll need. That's a good one.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, it's always best when the person is actually skeptical, because then you kind of, it's
I
like,
heard
what I
about-
mean? Because that's when you're like, oh.
I heard about the table 2 stories. I've heard about that.
But nothing ever happened to you. with
I
table two.
I've never have seen anything, but the thing is that where table 2 is where the door is where they took Major Andre out. I think that's pretty correct. So the door is right by where that table is.
So.
When they took it to.
So we're going to talk about Major Andre probably in episode 3, right? What we'll do is a teaser.
Let's see. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, this is like the 13th floor in a building, right? Episode 1 is like, because this is
Right.
technically now becomes episode 1, but it's not really. We constantly refer to it as episode 2. We were talking about that. I don't know who I was in the car with, but it was about how, in a lot of the buildings in New York, that there's no 13th floor.
Yeah.
But, technically there is.
Of course, yeah. It's a numbers game.
It's a numbers
It's just a
game.
numbers game. But cool. So you're gonna go on to your next set?
Yeah, I guess I'll do a couple more tunes, and then we'll start to gear up for the jazz that's coming tonight, right?
Yeah, we'll take a break.
And we're here for like 25 hours. I don't know if Rob is really going to sort
What's this
that.
weird thing? What's this weird here?
You can turn the fireplaces off later.
Okay. Rob's gonna
And
be
don't
like-
forget to text
but-
Laura.
but- yeah, that's right. Yeah. We want Laura to come up. Actually, Laura, can you come now? I want her to come before it gets too
I have
late.
to make a drink.
Okay, so as soon as she finishes her drink, we'll bring her up. And, right? You'll just throw a net around her.
All right, I'll get it.
Call her up. She's walking by and she's not coming up. All right, so oh, brother, I guess I'm going to do this too. I was like,
Don't be too excited.
Robert, what could I make you?
I'm feeling mellower than that. I picked like all these really rambunctious things. You know what?
Where's mine?
Let's start with this one, which I'm learning, but why not learn while people are watching?
While the learning's
Or
hot.
not, or whatever. So this is I love a song. I only know the first version of it. I'm going to read it actually because I found 2 more sets of lyrics to it that Ethan and I didn't know about, and they're really pretty. And it's a song that really is best sung in March, and I don't have a lot more time, so that's why I'm doing it. Last year, I never actually got we sang the song, I think, right? I think we did it on the radio? We sang the song, like, every year I get to do the song, like, once, you know? And so I never get good at it, you know? And so now I've decided, not only will I not get good at it, but I'm going to add 2 more sets of lyrics to it, just to make the challenge even more exciting. And I'm going to wear my glasses, and I'm really going to see what I'm doing.
You are out of control.
You know? Thanks a lot. But the lyrics are really beautiful, so here we go. Now, I haven't learned the verse yet. I'll just read the verse out loud before we do the song. The song is These Foolish Things. And I have like 85 people wrote the song. It's kind of crazy. It says Andy Spearpoint, Dolan Hewson, Harry Saunders, Justin Crawford, I don't know who this is. I can't even read that. Ikaru Wright Wilson, could that be a name? Words by Holt Marvel and Jack Strachey and Harry Lake. And the verse is actually, oh, will you never let me be? Oh, will you never set me free? The ties that bound us are still around us. There's no escape that I can see. And still those little things remain that bring me happiness or pain. So you get where this is going. Here we go. A cigarette that bears a lipstick's traces, an airline ticket to romantic places, and still my heart has wings. These foolish things remind me of you. A tinkling piano in the next apartment, those stumbling words that told you what my heart meant. A fairground's painted swings. These foolish things remind me of you. You came, you saw, you conquered me. When you did that to me, I knew somehow this had to be. The winds of March that make my heart a dancer, a telephone that rings but who's to answer? Oh, how the ghost of you clings. These foolish things remind me of you. First daffodils and long excited cables, and candlelights on little corner tables, and still my heart has wings. These foolish things remind me of you. The park at evening when the bell has sounded, the Ile-de-France with all the gulls around it, the beauty that is springs. These foolish things remind me of you. How strange, how sweet to find you still. These things are dear to me. They seem to bring you near to me. The sigh of midnight trains in empty stations, silk stockings thrown aside, dance invitations. Oh, how the ghost of you clings. These foolish things remind me of you. Gardenia perfume lingering on a pillow, wild strawberries only 7 francs a kilo, and still my heart has wings. These foolish scent of roses, the waiters whistling as the last bar closes, the song that Crosby sings, these foolish things remind me of you. I know that this was bound to be. These things have haunted me, for you entirely enchanted me. The scent of smoldering leaves, the wail of steamers, two lovers on the street who walk like dreamers. Oh, how the ghost of you clings. These foolish things remind me of you. These foolish things remind me of you.
And then he said something for dressings. Bowls for dressings.
So I didn't realize that it had haunting and ghost in it. It kind of right? And so I think it kind of falls in with table 2. We can call it the table 2 song.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Listen.
Can we get Laura? Is she going to join us? Laura?
Laura?
Will you join us? Then come on up here.
I gotta talk to you.
Yeah, you see me sing. You think they want me to sing? Really had a good day.
What's going on? Now, I grew up with Laura. We grew up here in Sparkhill, a couple towns away. And my cutie patootie over here. Now, you've been here how long?
Probably about 7 years.
7 years. All right. And so Rob was telling us something, and you were about this place, and you were just giving me a little intro to something that happened to you, a friend of yours.
Correct. Okay, so a friend of mine, Fred, so he was here one night and he said, Laura, is this place haunted? And I always ask people, like, why do you say? So he said to me, he says, because I think this girl is blowing on my neck, and I know she's not. So it was pretty funny, but Fred's pretty good with that. I mean, he lived in Piermont, and his house was a little spooked, so he gets it, you know? I guess when you're more,
In tune.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it comes to you, I guess. But for me, there's a few times that I'm working, and I feel like somebody's standing behind me. And I always think it's a coworker, and I turn around and nobody's there. And sometimes it's more prominent than others, and sometimes it's not. You know, but it's weird because when it's around, it's around.
See that?
Is it like,
Yeah.
is it like a warm feeling like a
Uh,
nice
no.
person, or is it kind of a malevolent force, or it's just neutral?
Not a scary thing. It just feels like somebody's with me, watching with me. Like, you know, so I look to see like who is that?
Like the guy that's behind you right now? Yeah.
But you know, you can feel the presence is what it is. There's no warm, there's no cold. It's just the energy. I think it's the energy.
And you're here late at night, you know, well,
Yeah, then I
with
get
Rob
scared
and
and-
everything, but
I get all kooky.
yeah.
And I'm like afraid, you know, to be by myself. So I try to leave before he leaves.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Like, this has happened like twice now, where I suddenly look up and everybody's gone, and I'm
yeah.
almost left here.
Because I scare myself. Also upstairs, there's a room where we keep our liquor now. But I remember one time like stepping into that room and like I really didn't know where the light was. So I was like looking for it, and then I was like, oh God, a ghost. And I ran out. My hair was up, I came down like but I scared myself, you know. But usually, like I always go by that room and I see something, and when I look back, it's gone. So that's why. And the day that I stepped in and I forgot, I was just really like, woo, gotta get out of here.
See, so aside from good food, good entertainment here at the 76, you also get some spiritual energy, you know, thrown in.
No, it's definitely, I believe there's a baby here. At least a baby. I believe that somebody said just the other day that there was a boy and a girl. I know that there was one time, this is a really spooky story. I first started working here, and I was taking pictures outside with my girlfriends. And like a few days later, I was like going through my phone, and I was like, in between our pictures, there was like this shadow. And I was just like, oh my God, what does that look like? And it actually looked like a side portrait of Major Andre with the hat, the collar, I mean, I showed so many people, and I couldn't transfer it. I couldn't send it to anybody because it wouldn't send.
Oh.
But that was like the coolest thing, and I was really upset that I lost that phone because that was like a wow factor for me.
Yeah.
I want to hear the story about how you lost the phone.
I didn't lose the phone. I had to give it to my friend, and then she was supposed to transfer it.
Ah, okay.
So, and then she
friend.
moved, and she moved, and she moved,
Oh
and guess
my
what? No more phone.
That's a cool story.
That's
Yeah,
a very
no, that
cool
was the
story.
coolest story. So,
Yeah.
one of the many.
I'm sure there are a lot more. Do you ever go downstairs? I know that the basement. I've been down in the basement. I think there's an ice machine down there.
Yeah, ice machine.
Doesn't that
like a
freak you
room.
out, the basement? Because I went down there once.
No, the only thing that no.
I
The only thing
went down
that
to get ice. I don't know how that,
the only thing that freaks me out is I fell down those steps and I ended up on the floor. So that was the only
Oh,
thing
Are you
that
all
freaked
right?
me out. Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
she's
Yeah.
much better now.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But nobody saved me. The
No one's
ghost
ever
didn't-
gotten.
The ghost didn't come and
people
save
don't
me.
get locked in like by a poltergeist down in the basement because that always happens in those movies. You know, like you always go like, no, don't go down to the basement. Like
Right.
it's always in every one of those films. The whole audience is screaming, don't go to the basement. You know they're going to go to the basement.
Yeah.
You see the shadow go across the light. You know, it's always like that. Is it? And then you always get locked into the basement.
No.
I don't know what that's all
Thank God
about.
there's an exit door down there, because otherwise. But sometimes we could be down there and like somebody wants to play a game up here, and they shut the light, and then I scream.
Because it's funny, right?
Yeah, it's really not funny. They did it to the busboy the other day. He was like a girl. He's like, move. He's like, I'm a man, but he was like, but not that. He ended up quitting.
Oh,
That was like,
God.
But
Look,
so
see,
That was like
oh,
a
gosh.
form of hazing.
That,
Tough around here.
I mean, we've done it to Rob, and Rob's just like, you're lucky I know where I'm going. So,
I just like the idea of all of you doing this to each other.
you know what? We live like a family here. We're always
Yeah.
together, so
I
it's, you
know.
have to play like a family.
It's a lovely place.
That's a nice-
You can
Yeah.
feel it.
That's
It's
nice.
true.
It's, you know, like we'll be here all day Easter.
Yeah, I know. You're sold out
I
for
expect
Easter.
some Easter eggs, some candy.
What do you guys wear on Easter? Does everybody kind of dress up?
You can
or-
wear whatever you'd like. You know, you
Bunny ears.
Pastels,
Pastels? Yeah,
colors,
okay.
Bunny ears.
Easter egg colors.
Yeah, now you
right?
put on your little brooch.
Do you have an Easter egg? Do you have an Easter egg hunt?
No,
Well, you don't need it.
no. I do that for my children in the morning, but this year I'm over it. It's not happening.
How old are your kids?
17 and 15.
That's a good reason.
Yeah, but you know what? They go at it, you know. But now they get up so late that I'm already at work by the time they hunt.
Okay,
So it's no fun for me.
That's something that people
So it's
forget.
over.
You got to keep the person that makes the Easter hunt engaged. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they lost sight of that.
Yeah.
And they thought it was all about them, but no, it wasn't.
Right, it was about me
It
too,
was
watching them.
collaboration.
Yeah, and then helping the little guy like
Yeah.
find them.
Yeah.
So, I know, you know, I always put money in there, so you gotta see them out there.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
But that's
We'll come
over.
over
Now I'm
and
just
look
gonna,
at the outcome, right?
now I'm just
Do
gonna
it.
give them money.
do the Easter egg hunt. What are you doing Sunday morning?
I don't know. I
Oh,
think we
come
should
on.
go there first.
I think we should do it here
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
in the basement.
Bum, bum, bum.
Boom,
She
boom,
brings it
bum.
all right
You
back
brought it
around.
all home. Laura. You
Correct. All
brought it
right.
home.
So I want to get back to work.
All right.
But you're
Thank
going to
you,
be a
Laura.
regular, I hope, on our whatever we're calling this,
I'm a regular.
our streaming thing, you know. And
I'm a
yeah,
regular
so like
in a lot
next
of
week,
places.
you can use this as your soapbox. You can, you know, if you want to speak to, you know, the masses or just tell a joke, you know, we're here for you.
Oh, I could tell
You know.
jokes by 1:30 in the morning. I'll call you.
Oh, God, thank you,
See you
Laura.
guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. You guys going on?
Yeah, well, we're kind of at
That's
the
funny,
end of
right?
our this set.
Oh my
We
God.
can,
We're halfway.
should we end with a song, maybe? Yeah, we'll end with a song. We don't know what that song is right now. No, because let's see. Let's end with because we are coming back later, so we don't actually have to shoot our wad.
Right.
Let's do.
Excuse me. It's a little rough.
For an after show. Oh, look who's talking. I mean, I won't even say what was said only like 2 hours ago when the sun was still out. Let's see. We'll do something mellow because we're kind of going into a jazz vibe, right?
Okay. We're going to do something mellow.
I'm going to
end the
do
set. Very cool.
Lighter Shade of Pale. No, I'm not. I love it. Actually, I've been listening a lot to that song. don't know, so I guess it's gotta be one of these tunes, right?
You know, I got a big pile of
I
stuff
won't
in
make
the
it a
bag back
challenge.
there.
Everything I have is really rambunctious. Oh, I know, we'll do this one. Okay. And this is like, kind of everybody in their brother has done this tune. We'll do that one, and we'll do that, and then we'll take a break. Maybe we'll get to talk to Mark, or at least let's talk a little bit about the music that's coming tonight, right? So, you want to say anything? The World Class Jazz Salon, right?
Yep, they start at 9.
Right? And they go to 1 or
11,
midnight.
yeah.
8 to 11.
Oh, they start at 8.
They start at
Sorry,
8 to 11.
8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Short
Thank
mine's
you.
a jam session.
It's what? What did you
And-
say?
Short little break and then they continue.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
alright.
And then we're going to attempt our first late night thing here with the Ghost, with Laura.
I'm not going to be here.
And,
Actually, if Guy's playing saxophone with him tonight, it's sort of like a ghost from my past because he used to work some of the time at Cats, and I work. In a way, it haunts me.
oh, oh my, Cats.
Old gigs.
Yeah, Ethan was with Cats for 18 years, so, he can be haunted. Meow. Sorry, I had to do it.
I
Okay,
leave, you
all right, here we
sing.
go. We'll do this, and then we'll and a big thank you to Arlene. Thank you, Anonymous. I won't say her full name. Here we go. All or nothing at all. Half a love never appealed to me. If your heart never could yield to me, well, I'd rather have nothing at all. All or nothing at all. If it's love, there ain't no in between. Why begin then cry for something that might have been? No, I'd rather have nothing at all. So please don't bring your lips so close to my cheek. Don't smile or I'll be lost beyond recall. The kiss in your eye, the touch of your hand makes me weak. And my heart may grow dizzy and fall. And if I fell under the spell of your call, I would be caught in the undertow. So you see, I've got to say no, no, oh, nothing at all. So please don't bring your lips so close to my cheek. Don't smile or I'll be lost beyond recall. The kiss in your eye, the touch of your hand makes me weak. And my heart may grow dizzy and fall. And if I fell under the spell of your call, I would be caught in the undertow. So you see, I've got to say no, no, oh, nothing at all. is Ethan Fein on guitar. Tom Stratford, Arlene, Rob, Laura, 76 House. We're coming up with world-class jazz salon, and we'll be back later. Sound good?
Absolutely. See you later.
Get your pillow.
Thanks, Arlene. You're a doll.
You're welcome. Yeah, I just don't want to shut it off.
Okay, no worries here.
Okay.
I'll do it. Beautiful.
Oh, there you go. Okay, stop.
How's your arm?
Does it hurt? Did it? I feel
It's
badly.
a
I
little
mean,
heavy with the extension cord, but that's okay.
oh, we should have just
know what I mean?
disconnected. We could have next. Okay.